My project will be on Catherine the Great of Russia. Catherine was born on May 2nd, 1729 in the German city of Stettin, which was in modern-day Poland. The name she was born with was Sophie Frederick August von Anhalt Zerbst-Dornberg. Her mother's name was Joanne, and her father's name was Christian, and he was a part of the ruling family of Germany, the Anhalts. Sophie was called a tomboy as a child and even trained with the sword a lot. Even though she was a princess and she was in a noble family, they still didn't make much money, and her parents always told her to marry a powerful leader. She later met her husband Peter III of Russia at 10 years old. At first sight, she didn't like him and found him quite unattractive, and in my opinion, I think she never lost this thought.
I wanted to talk to you. Firstly, meet Coco Atina.
This is my court and my rules.
Their marriage was a result of them trying to strengthen the relationship with Prussia and Russia. She arrived in Russia when she was just 15 in 1744 and wasted no time trying to get the Russian people to like her. She practiced her Russian all the time, even staying up late nights practicing. Around this time, she wrote in her memoirs that she would do anything to become Empress of Russia. A year later, in 1745, she got married to Peter when she was 16 years old and he was just 17. Catherine was known to be a lusty lover and cheated on Peter many times and did not care about their relationship. On January 5th, 1762, Peter became emperor after his mother Elizabeth died. Catherine then made a plan to overthrow her own husband. She used her military influence to have Peter arrested, and just 6 months after taking the throne, Peter was forced to abdicate and was killed shortly after by a supposed drunken fight. Then Catherine II began her reign on September 22nd, 1762. I hope you are wondering if Catherine set up her own husband's death, but sadly the truth is no one really knows what happened.
Who in the world is Catherine the Great? Well, Catherine the Great 1729-1796 was the Empress of Russia from 1762 until her death in 1796. She was born Sophie Friederike August von Anhalt-Zerbst-Dornberg and was the daughter of a Prussian prince. She married Peter Roman III, the heir to the Russian throne, in 1745, and after he was overthrown in a coup, she was declared Empress of Russia. Catherine is remembered for her expansive reforms and expansion of Russia's borders and territories. She was an enlightened despot, which meant that she was an absolute monarch who introduced reforms based on the principles of the Enlightenment. During her reign, Catherine oversaw the expansion of the Russian Empire, the modernization of the military, and the abolition of the serfdom system. She was also a great patron of the arts and sciences, and she established the first public library in Russia. Catherine's legacy has been controversial. Though she was a great patron of the arts and sciences, her policies had a devastating effect on the peasantry and resulted in much suffering and injustice. Her legacy is remembered for both her accomplishments and her failures.
There have been many men in history who have earned the title of the Great, but Catherine the Great is the only woman. Now we'll be talking about how she earned this prestigious title. During her reign, Catherine extended Russia's borders by 200,000 square miles, which to put in perspective is like Arizona and Nevada combined. These 200,000 square miles engulfed New Russia, Crimea, the North Caucasus, right bank Ukraine, White Russia, Lithuania, and Courland at the expense of mainly two powers, the Ottoman Empire and the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. She did this through a series of successful military campaigns. Catherine wanted to restore the Byzantine Empire, or also known as the Eastern Roman Empire. It had been under Ottoman Turk control for centuries. Despite this, she dreamed of restoring the Greek monarchy and developed a project called the Greek Project to accomplish this goal. The goal of the project was to put Catherine's grandson, who was very appropriately named Constantine, on the new Greek throne. A later iteration of the project planned a new kingdom, and many suspected it was for one of Catherine's many lovers. She was very dedicated to carry out this project, but in the end, the effort failed. However, the treaty that made peace between Russia and the Ottoman Turks gave Russia control of the Black Sea. It wasn't all she was hoping for, but it was still a big gain for Russia. Catherine also read many philosophers, and one of them she read was Voltaire, who was an Enlightenment thinker. The influence of the Enlightenment can be seen in many of her actions. Russia's economy at the time was very subpar. She had success improving the economy when she encouraged migration of the Volga Germans who were farmers from Germany. They helped modernize the sector by including many innovations and just dominated the economy. The first paper money that Russia ever used was also introduced during the reign of Catherine in 1769. They needed a new form of payment because of the silver shortage that was going on, and the paper money lasted all the way until 1849. Catherine made public health a priority and opened many hospitals in her time as empress. She had the army upgrade its medical services as well. Catherine also thought education was very important and helped Russia's educational system tremendously. Catherine the Great's reign left a lasting impact on Russia, and her legacy as a progressive and influential leader continues to be admired today. She promoted education, modernized the legal system, and implemented domestic reforms. Although she was a great leader, her policies had a devastating effect on the peasantry and caused much suffering, though. And right before this video ends, I wanted to share a rumor about when Catherine died. There is a rumor that she died while trying to have sexual intercourse with a horse, but it is believed she actually died in bed by a stroke.